Hello and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress, where the dwarves are, well, doing my bidding and hopefully have carved out this crafting room fairly quickly. And what I do hope that not only they do quickly, I hope that you quickly like the video. Well, if you want to. That would be super awesome and nice if you did, but that is entirely up to you. So we will see what the dwarves are up to. And we are slowly but surely carving out this. I think what we need to do now is we need to build more of these things, and I'm not sure exactly how to do this, but furnaces. Now I do need an ashery. Now wood furnace is required. I need an ashery. Maybe I should do that the other way around. Ashery. Here we go. And wood furnace, something I really need. And maybe I should do the smelter. I'm not sure. We'll leave that as is for now. I think it's not super important to do now, but I do need to do it. We have now made the farm plots, and I think what I need to do is make sure we fertilize every season. And the soil here is poor. Cavern soil is the best, but yeah, it's if I can avoid the cavern for now, that's what I want to do. But at some point, I do need to get to cavern and get to that better soil, for the sake of farming. So that is going to be important. But let's see, plump. Let's do plump helmet. I don't really need anything else for now. Let's do that for the time being. Plump helmet is probably going to be a staple, and also something which can be grown in every season. Not everything can grow in every season, as you can see. Certain things is not available in every season, and underground and above ground is two different things. For example, we do a little bit like that, just to show. That should soon be done. It is slowly being tilled. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, there are like above ground. There are a lot more seeds to grow. But there are no like specific seasons above ground. So you can grow basically whatever you want. But you can't grow any like lampalmas or anything like that. That has to be grown underground. I think for now we will just delete that, or rather leave it as leave fallow, I think, because I don't need it right now. So hatch, and how you place stuff like beds and hatches, you go into the place structures as if you were to place a workstation and build that, and you go into, if it's a bed, it's under furniture, but doors and hatches is under doors and hatches, as you might have guessed. And we will take hatch and use closest material and keep building after placement. We place all the ones that are made, and they will slowly be put into place. Let's see, where are we? Could not gather plant, dangerous terrain. Oh my god, I hope they haven't I wonder if it is... Oh, it's on this side. Okay. If you have a river like this... I found out what was the problem here. If you have a river like this, what you might want to do is actually make a bridge. You might want to do it in more than one place. And you might... If you remember me talking about this, whether you were there or not, I will say it again. Dwarves are clumsy. They are clumsy. So what you have to do is, when you make a bridge, which you do by going to constructions under building, floor, and for the floor, you want to select material, and you want to make this 3 wide. It might sound like it's a waste. Trust me, it's not. And you can make this out of wood, you can make it out of stone. The material doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's good enough. We assign all 15 that is needed for this, like that. And this is really, really important to do. For example, we designated some that was on the wrong side of the river, which means they are desperately trying to get to it. Which could cause some major issues. Resume. So yeah, so this is one thing you do need to do. You do need to make this kind of bridge. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to get everywhere, because as I said, the dwarves might make a mistake and get washed away. This kind of bridge is actually really important. And also, I clicked away a bit early, but I got notice that we don't have any fertilizer. We can't fertilize anything. What I want to do as well is designate a new crafting room, which is basically going to look exactly the same. It's not going to be any different. What's going to be different is more what's in here and not so much anything else. Like that. And yeah. I do need potash, but to make potash, I need one thing that I should be doing is actually this. It is slowly but surely making these. One thing that I will do is go through and make sure that these bedrooms are of a higher priority than anything else. Someone actually got skill for work they did. Okay. So how these are going to work is we are going to have to place doors on these rooms. And then we need to designate them to be rooms. Once they are fully dug out and have a door. And that's the important thing. It needs to be fully dug out, have a bed, and a door. The door is really important with how we are going to designate this many rooms quickly. As soon as he has finished this, we will get to placing beds and stuff. Here we go. So that is the initial like room. And we don't have any more doors, but let's see if we can place beds. Exactly where you place the beds doesn't really matter in the room as long as it's in the room. And we will make sure to close off every room with a door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 4 more. And I need 7 more doors. Now, the doors take a bit of time to make because it's stone doors. But you do want to limit the amount, like the wood you use, because wood is not necessarily super easy to get like all the time. So limiting the amount of wood you use is not a bad idea. Where is... Oh, you're there. You're there and doing things. Okay. I think... Let's have you expand this a bit first. It will make it a bit easy for me to sort of plan this out. The reason why I'm making this double the size is because I need to plan sort of around the furnaces and stuff, and there are a lot of stuff when it comes to furnaces and like the metal production. And yeah, I don't really want to do it half baked. And some of these you might want 2 of, like the wood burners, for example. But at the same time, I think it's more that there are enough of these workstations that take up space. It's more that part than anything else. And then furnace smelter. Now, if we take a look on the furnaces, we can see we have magma smelter and like magma glass furnace and stuff. Those are like the magma version is something that you can only fuel with magma. And it has to be placed in a specific way with magma underneath to actually work. And that is one thing that I want to learn and sort of how it works. And the big merit of the magma versions, like the magma smelter and the magma kiln and so on, is that it doesn't need any fuel because it uses the magma as fuel. as it says in the description, you are responsible for placing the furnace above the magma, but no other fuel is required. So that is the big, like, bonus of it. But the negative is that you have to deal with magma, which can be a bit tricky. But anyway, so the smelter is what we will use. Because that's the option we have for the time being. Let's use the mud bricks. Workshop, furnaces, and let's put... I have put ashery, I have put the wood furnace, and I put the smelter down. So let's put... glass furnace down. Furnace and kiln. I'm probably not going to use the kiln a lot, and I placed that there for a very specific reason. I'm keeping that empty because in the middle, close to everything there, I want to place metalsmith. Now the magma forge is basically the same as the metalsmith, but no other fuel is required because you're placing it above magma, just as you like works the same way as the magma smelter and stuff. Because a lot of the tasks in the metalsmith requires fuel, which the magma forge removes. So let's do that, and I place these and choose the material because these are very important to do that, because it might be that, oh yeah, I don't want an iron anvil, I want a steel anvil, because an iron anvil might limit what stuff I can make. So it is important what materials and stuff goes into certain things, and also something to take note of what materials you're using. For example, once you start dealing with magma, because certain stones are resistant to the heat from magma, but others are not, so they melt or crack. And yeah, that's why it's important, especially on these, to make sure you have the correct material and you choose the material. Also, if we go back up, the reason why I chose the material for the floor to use as a bridge, because it's important. Because if I had metal, it could have been used for the floor. So it is really important to make sure that you control what you're using. Now, one thing which we need to do is start sorting our inventories. We can't have everything on top in a very general one size fits all kind of storage. We need to separate it a bit. So we will set this to be custom. Let's say all for now. And then we will go and turn off. Food. I will turn off corpses, refuse, stone and wood. So I'm basically keeping crafted materials. But that's what's going to be here. And yeah, so not sure. It's still building this, okay. One thing that I should do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. Let's make sure we do this first. Set to 4. Whoop! Alert! A human caravan from Quabpisor has arrived. Yeah, so from time to time you will receive caravans from humans, elves, dwarves, whatever is close by. So here they are slowly moving in. A diplomat could not complete the meeting as left unhappy. Right, I also... I don't have a meeting room, so I couldn't receive this diplomat, and he was a bit cranky and left. Doesn't really matter at this point. It's not super important. I think it harms the relationship with the nearby dwarf colony, but as long as just once, and we make sure to get a meeting room established to be used. Well, next time, it shouldn't matter. It should be absolutely fine. But they are here. You can remove that. Right click and remove. A royal treasure from Quabpisor has arrived. They left because I didn't have a meeting room, so that's fine. Merchants has arrived and unloading the goods. Yep. So they will, if you have a trade depot, which is also why we made the trade depot so early, is so we could receive the traders. Because without one you can't, they don't have a place to like unfold their inventory and trade with you, and that way, yeah. So it's important. You don't necessarily need it the first one, but you sort of do want it to be available as early as possible. Now, I don't technically need to buy or do anything, so I don't think I have anything either, so It's like, even if I wanted to trade, I don't think I have anything to trade. So it's a bit, since you could, technically speaking, set up craft. You could set up craft, like this craft dwarves workshop, and like that, and start like producing something to sell. Now, I don't really have anything, and I haven't really thought about it, exactly what to do. So, I mean, who knows? It doesn't really matter what you do, and you don't, it's going to be hard to have something to trade with, this first one. So if you can manage to do it, it's a good thing to try to do. But if you're overwhelmed with fixing the crafting room and getting beds for everyone to sleep in and so on, that is sort of more important to try to get. But for now, we will we will end it here and see if we can trade something. It would be nice if I could buy sort of plump helmets and stuff if they have them. They might, but not necessarily. But we'll see what we can do next time. So on screen, you should be able to see YouTube recommendation, quick access to subscribe button, and quick access to the playlist for this series. So with that, thanks for watching. Goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.